So 3 years ago, my wife and I bought my great aunt and my grandmother's properties combined to a total of 17 acres with the hopes and expectations to have a small homestead with a small herd of goats and some pasture. You will notice I do not have pasture yet, but you see bunches of stumps and a lot of trees down out there. It's coming along. And there's times where I get discouraged and I'm like, man, I'm not there yet. I'm 3 years in, I'm not there yet. But I'm one man with a wife. And I do not have big children. I have small children. Well, I have a 13-year-old, but she's a very tiny girl. And I get discouraged and I look out here and I'm like, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Come on, man, I'm not there yet. But then I look and I see I've done a lot of work. This house right here, there was a ton more trees or just right here in the yard. Out here in what is supposed to be the pasture, there used to be more trees than you even see laying down because I've burned off a ton of trees. This garden was a completely full hill of trees all the way to the entrance of the house. You can see a couple stumps here, and there's some that are almost hid under the little bit of brush and brambles. But this entire hill was about 38 trees that we cut down in one weekend and burned off. These garden beds couldn't go on a hill, of course, so we had to cut and level and cut and level. Yet here they are, and they have produced many a beans and many a tomato. I am not a carpenter, but with some help, I built a chicken coop that houses 10 to 12 of our hens all year long with plenty of room. This area here is going to be the goats' new barn, and it too was slap full of trees. And some of the areas you can't even tell there are trees there anymore, especially this nice flat spot. Now, the garden beds being cut and leveled out, my father did all that work. He was in landscaping and ran motor graders and bulldozers and track hoes. I've never done that. All I have is a 25 horsepower Kubota tractor. And I cut this, and I leveled it, and I cut it, and I leveled it, and I've still got more work to do. This will have a small wall built along the edge here, but that will be a nice large barn, and I will have many a nights of fire. And being a military veteran, I didn't want to lose any skills, so I built a range. Is it huge? No, not at all, but that hill's pretty big. So I don't have to worry about shooting anything that way. And it helps keep skills up. And luckily, there's more. And as you'll see, there's even more trees down and even more trees to go. But on this side, we will have a larger, longer range so that we can have recreation, we can have training, we can keep up skills, we can have fun, we can enjoy ourselves. And on top of all of that, I have a beautiful wife and 4 beautiful daughters. And they get to come down here to our beautiful creek, where I've also put in a ton of work. And they get to play during the summer. They get to hang out. They're even allowed to come down here by themselves, as long as the teenager is watching for snakes. We're working on what's venomous and what's not. But when you get discouraged, there's always something to look forward to. So I have a beautiful family. I have my faith in God and Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And a lot of work to do. So I'm going to get back to it. Y'all have a blessed day.